All right, everybody, welcome to the call. This is Scott Pierce. We're going to be going over the marketing calendar today for home value estimates. So how to use the What is Your Home Worth landing page and expired. So how to go after expireds. Just got this from the YouTube channel. Came in a couple of days ago and I just saw it a little bit earlier today here. And when we're going for seller leads, this is awesome. And I hear this more and more. So she mailed it's the nearby homeowner letter, which most of you, if not, we'll be looking at that at some point today. Not even 100 addresses are on a pending in her farm. And she's got a potential listing coming up soon. 14 leads off a Facebook ad. Awesome stuff. Yeah, I'll tell you that nearby homeowner letter. And I can't even tell the way she wrote that if the pending listing was hers or somebody else's, but whatever. Either way, it's awesome. It happens all the time. And we'll walk through that a little bit later in the call today here. Real quickly, I dropped this into the GoToWebinar control panel, so you should see it. Take a look at this. Was working with this on a client. And the idea is every single day to post a pic or image of your listing with a different feature of that property and a different poll and a different call to action. And so to show you what I mean here, and there's a video here that walks you through how to do this if you don't know how to do an Instagram poll on a story or add a link. So check this out here. So you can see here, I got a Instagram story and a highlight reel called Open Houses. And there's a link right to the single property website right from that story. And it's for free. There's no cost. There's a poll that you can participate in right there. Here's another one. Look at this one. Isn't that awesome? So here's the one for the kitchen. 6 things to check before buying a home. So right there in the Instagram stories, people can go and download, participate in your poll. Go to the single property website. Here's the one for the front of the house. So the previous one was a kitchen. Today, I'm going to be doing the living room. So awesome stuff. Take a look at that. So right here again, and if you scroll down, you're going to see every day. So there's day number 2. We're going to do the kitchen. And you see, here's the poll. It's just a great way to allow people to engage with you. And hey, use this verbatim or use it as inspiration, come up with another idea for yourself. So here today is the living room in the main area. So I'll be doing that one today. And what these screenshots are for here is I'm just linking you to a suggested link. So in this case, I'm saying for the link. All right. So we got the poll. This will be the poll. And here is the link. And so I'm suggesting linking to the PDF guide, in this case, the ultimate guide to buying a home. So tomorrow, Friday, is going to be the primary bedroom. Now, if I didn't have a great bedroom, maybe I do another room. Maybe I do another angle of the front of the house, or maybe I do the backyard. Again, this is why professional photos are always really good. All right. Trying to get those professional photos because it's going to make this kind of content pop a lot more. So if you're using your phone, do what you're going to do, but just keep in mind, and this is one of the things I tell people with doing ads, bad quality photos are one of the number one things that will ruin an ad. Bad quality photos and then a bad selection of photos. Here we go. And just the last of it here on day 5. So that'll be Saturday. We'll do the backyard. Got a little bit of a poll question here, and I'm going to be linking to the down payment assistance landing page. Now you may be more of a luxury home, so you wouldn't link to that. So you could link to another PDF guide or something else. But yeah, take a look at this because the goal is to stay visible. If you consider maybe 10%, 20% of your audience will ever see any one particular post. So you're not going to overpost doing this, but what you are going to do is you're going to get better. You're going to get more engagement. You're going to get more consistency. And over time, you will get more business. So if there's any question on that, let me know before we move on. But I just wanted to make sure to share that. And again, this is also in the mastermind group. If you go to the mastermind group and just search Instagram stories, open house campaign, you will probably find it. Let's go take a look. So again, if you're watching this recording and you're in the mastermind group, search Instagram stories, open house campaign, and let's do it. And let's just make sure we get what we think we're going to get. So if you're in the mastermind group here, there is a search function. I will type in, and there we go. Perfect. Instagram stories, open house campaign for free lead engagement. Yours are borrowed. I'm going to be coming out with a one for pending. So I'll be coming out. And again, this is just one of those things so easy to do. The hardest part about something like this is coming up with the idea. So lean on us to come up with the idea for you here. And again, like I said, whether you want to take it verbatim and just copy those polls word for word, that's fine. You could open this up on your phone and just select, copy, go into Instagram and paste it, or just type whatever you want to do. Or like I said, use it as inspiration to come up with something more appropriate for your area and your business. But definitely let's do it. Even if it's the listing that you got permission to market this week, do the same thing with that if you don't have your own listing to market. Let's move on. One last thing before we get to it, I do want to mention, if you haven't seen it yet, scroll down to the database email blast section on the Listings to Lead dashboard. There is a new email that just came out a couple of days ago for the Case Schiller. It's called Prices Up, Momentum Down, Opportunity Ahead. Great email. Great email. I've already sent it, but it gives the Case Schiller summary. And then we tie it in for buyers. We tie it into sellers. There's also a version of this for lenders. So if there's any lenders on this call or watching this recording, there is a version for you that's a little bit different than this because it's geared more for buyers and refi. Then we got Ready to Make a Move. That is linking to, awesome, agent website. So here people can download your 100-point home marketing plan. If they're a buyer, they can click that. And here they get their home value. So they can type in 121 Tomlinson Drive, get your value. So this is part of today because we want to get more home value leads. Get this email out the door. Get this email to all of your contacts. Send it through BombBomb, send it through Boomtown, KV Core, Lofty, send it through Listings to Leads, Wise Agent, Line Desk, whatever it is that you're using for your CRM. You can copy the code, drop it into any CRM. We got videos on that, our support, your support, whatever can help you with that if needed. But yeah, get this email out the door. Easy content for you to leverage, get more engagement going. So if you have any questions on that, again, get into the mastermind group or get with support. But let's talk about, there we go. So before we go to the expired, let's just walk through the free home values landing page. We've also got the property valuation plus I'll point you to, and you can create unlimited numbers of these landing pages. So here I've got a completely custom front. Name your home price. If the right buyer came along, what price would make you say yes? With our name your home price program, you tell me the price, make you blah, blah, blah. Enter this. So all of this is customizable. Everything here. I can even have a video on this page too. I would sell my home for. So if one of our buyers, and again, this is optional too. This step right here, you don't have to have this step, but it's available and I like it. We've had this for 5 years. And then this will be the value estimate page. So we'll give a range near the top. We let them know that it seems pretty wide. We've got a couple of PDF guides for them to download. The really cool thing here is when they click this, here, check this out, 12 mistakes to avoid. So that sent me an email. As the agent, I got the lead notification and it downloaded right from here. So as the lead, as the person putting in my home address and then clicking on this, I got an email branded to you. It's got your Listings to Lead signature. It's got an image and a link. to the PDF guide, but it also just downloads right here. So more really super awesome engagement. A few nearby sold homes, a little bit more information. They can get a real-time home price now, schedule a 5-minute on-site valuation. All right. The beautiful thing about 5 minutes is if at the end of 5 minutes, you're going to do one of two things. You let them know you got enough information where you can go back and give them a better result. And, or if they have a few more minutes to show your, maybe you don't even need it after 5 minutes, right? You do a tour of the property, you go back, you look at the information. Now you got a much better feel for what it would list for. But typically 99 out of 100 times, the feedback on this kind of thing is after 5 minutes, we're good to go. And I spent 15 to 20 minutes. We had a great time and so on and so forth. So the 5 minutes is just to respect the 5 minutes. So if people do this, and people do, right? People literally do this, schedule, and then you can call back, confirm whatever you're going to do. We got reviews. So all your client reviews can be here. Google testimonial tree. So anyway, that's the results page. And so from the dashboard, let's go to landing pages. Now that you've seen what it looks like. And again, you can create unlimited numbers of these things. The one I'm going to walk through today is called Free Home Values. It's right here. The cool thing about this version is notice the domain, california.freehomevalues.net. So every one of you gets an awesome domain like this. And you can even use your own custom domain, like your website IDX. So if you got an IDX website like folsomehomesforsale.com, you can actually set that up so that this right here doesn't even use our domain. You can use your own domain. Get with our support team if you want for that. I will show you how to create more, but first let's just go through here. You'll see download checklist, view, edit. There is a text code here, which I'll show that to you a little bit later. There's a green marketing tools button. Let's just go click on the edit. Let's walk through a few of the really powerful things here. Now, the first thing is every lead generated going forward will get an email the first week of every month with their home value update, with their home value estimate update. It's a great looking email. Awesome. So just keep in mind, as you're generating these leads, whether it's the free home values landing page or the property valuation plus landing pages, every month going forward, they're going to be on that drip. It's a kind of a auxiliary, secondary, whatever you want to call it, drip, in addition to whatever else that you may have going on. Now you can turn that off if you want to, but real quickly here, you're going to notice the editor down the left-hand side, standard and custom. Check that out. Standard is what you pay attention to, what you notice somewhat more, or what you're on the most. Custom, though, is pretty cool. You can do a video background. So let's say, this is not something I'm promoting you do necessarily. I'm just showing you the capability. So that can be, I'm going to keep it as an image. And then if I come down, here's a social media share image. So I can customize this. So I can change the image here. I can even upload my own custom Canva image if I want to. So if I want to use a completely different image, I can as well. I've got styles and color. So you can see here, the button color, so on and so forth. The lead form text. So that's the name your home price. That's this right here. And you can copy and paste into this. So for example, if you see another landing page or maybe you've got another landing page, you can just copy and paste into here. If it's a listings to leads landing page, you can literally duplicate it. So here's the text below the headline, right? So if the right buyer came along and you can see that text over here, And custom page content. This is very cool. Now, don't get into trouble with this, but you can see here, I could put a video to the left of the lead form. So notice that custom content, bullet points, HTML, countdown counter, which I'll show you, but check this out. If I hit preview, hit save. So that could be maybe a video of me talking about how I help people with home values. Normally, I don't like to put video up front like that because it just makes people stop and sit there watching you versus filling out the lead form. But some people have a great strategy with video and they're very successful with it. And so putting a video here like that could be great. You can also put that on the success page, which is nice. So again, under custom page content, another great piece of content or for this here is the countdown counter. So just like with the open houses, you can change the headline. So I got here, hurry before interest rates rise again. And a reference to the fact that as rates rise, home prices typically might go down because fewer buyers are able to afford them. So you can see there, we got the countdown counter. And I can select, there we go, the calendar. So when do I want that? I'll tell you what, let's just go to 2025 preview. And that'll just count down to whatever. So you might say, hey, the next Fed meeting is, well, I don't know, whatever it is, right? Whatever it is, and count down to that and say, hurry before interest rates may rise again or something like that if you wanted to do that. And then lastly here, the form fields. So I've got, please enter your property address right there. And you can change what you want that text to say. There's basic and autofill. So if you want it to autofill, a lot of people like to do that. Some people don't. If you are in an area, like maybe you're in San Francisco or an urban area where there's condos. So here, if it's mostly single families, I would hide it. All right. The name field, the address. Now this is at page 2. So hold on, let me just, so see right here, it says show pricing form before page 2 form. That was this right here. I would sell my home for, all right, again, that's completely customizable. You can see here's that text. I would sell my home for. If one of our buyers loves your home, what would you sell it for? I might say yes. So you can make that required or optional or even hide it. All right. So if you don't even want that section, you can hide it. Right. When I've hidden phone field because I know not too many people are going to give me their number there. And if I'm doing a Facebook lead ad, I'm going to get their name, email, phone number in Facebook before they even get here anyways. So let's go ahead and we can go back to standard. Notice there's page 1. There's a little drop down here, page 1, page 2, or that's the pricing page. And then that's the page 2. Now there's another button here called advanced options. If you click that, you'll see here's the editor again for the social media share image. Here, now the autoresponder, you don't need to worry about that because they're going to get their home value estimate update, or they're going to get the home value estimate sent to them as soon as they fill out that landing page. So the autoresponder is meant to be like, if there's something else that you wanted to send them, because some people like to do that, but you don't need to do the autoresponder. It's a little confusing. I understand that, but just keep in mind, and you try it out yourself, right? When you have your own landing page, go put in your own address, go through the landing page like normal. And that way you can understand, how do the leads look when they come into my phone or my email or whatever it's going to be? What am I going to do with the leads when I get them? Make sure you got your CRM or your follow-up connected or turned on in listings to leads. So I always tell people, make sure you go through, fill out the landing page so you can understand it. As I mentioned earlier, right, everybody gets a really cool domain like this one. Mine is california.freehomevalues.net. If you wanted to, you could change it by clicking edit link and just change that. And you got like what, 5 different options. You can use domain forwarding, and you can even use, like I said, a custom domain here. Now, the one thing you do want to double check is the follow-up. So this is where we're going to send an email every single month going forward to those leads. And I'm telling you, this is so awesome. I hear from people pretty regularly that, yeah, hey, I generated a lead in 2022. I generated a lead in 2021 or 2023. And I didn't even realize they were on these emails. And next thing, I'm getting people reaching out back to me to list their home. So this is a phenomenal little follow-up here. And there's two versions. One where, and you can send yourself a test email here as well, right? Send test email, see what it looks like. So there's a version when the home value estimate is not available, and there's a version when it is. And then lastly here, we got pixel tracking chat code. We've got some preferences here, in particular your tags and your CRM lead source. And there's a few other options down here. Or I could do a redirect. Maybe I don't even want people to go to the results page. I can say, no, don't even go to the results page. Go to this URL instead. I'm not sure why you'd want to do it necessarily, but anyways. Any questions on the landing page? So you can see, right, a lot of really cool edits that you can make to this to really customize it. And again, you can create unlimited numbers of these with the Property Valuation Plus version, which I'll show you a little bit later. But now that we've gone through the editor, we went through the other items here. Let's go to marketing tools. Now for Facebook and Instagram ad, these are not my favorite leads just because pending and solds, I'm telling you. And then open house. I had a client this weekend, he used listings to leads to market the open house. He used the listings to leads sign-in form. And then so he was getting the lead notifications, right? So people sign in on the open house sign-in form, and he's getting the lead notifications, and he would look at the responses, right? And how awesome is this? I'm like, dude, I love you. So he's looking at the responses from the open house sign-in form, and then he would go talk to them based on what they entered in the open house sign-in form. 3 buyer leads with homes to sell. He's already engaged with all 3 of them. He's like, literally, all right, after this past weekend, again, he used the listings to leads open house marketing checklist. He used the listings to leads open house mastery, he didn't master it. That's a funny way to say that, right? Mastered the mastery, but he's getting into it, right? Getting better every time with that. And that open house sign-in form, because that allowed him the ability to get a little bit of information about these people so that as they're walking through, and he can have a conversation with them that's more appropriate than them just walking through willy-nilly, right? Blah, right? What are you doing? Right? What are you doing? You're a professional. You should be billing yourself at about $500 an hour, and you're going to sit there and waste 3 hours at an open house, not getting anything done. So make sure you're using the listings to leads. And that works for a listing that's not even yours. So that's my favorite set of leads, right? The pending and sold marketing, open house marketing, because again, a lot of buyers have a home to sell. But for this one here, I've seen this works fine, just like this right here. If you didn't do anything, that could probably like $20 a lead. One of the things I like to do though is attention, Folsom homeowners, record new 2025 home sale, 956 so you do like that, hit preview, right? They're going to click. Now this will be a Facebook lead form. So we're going to get name, email, phone number, and selling time frame. And then they're going to go to the landing page. At the landing page, they will either just put in the address and then nothing else, or they'll put in the address and go through the whole thing. All right. So either way, if they did the Facebook lead form, now you're going to have all their information there. And then if you do the address, it depends on the CRM if they will merge those together. If not, you may just want to look at that and go, okay, these 2 leads came in at this one at 123 and one at 124, right? You're probably not going to be generating multiple leads in the same minute, right? Because typically you're spending anywhere from $10 to $30 a lead with these kind of leads. Again, they're a little bit more expensive than others. And here, so objective, I did Facebook lead ad. So again, lead ad will be where you get the name, email, phone number, and selling time frame before they go to the landing page. Objective, if I leave it as traffic, then they just click to the landing page. So then there is no Facebook lead form. They just go right to the landing page first. And there's video views, which you don't really need to worry about here. Now there's 2 options for running this ad. I can either do location and then click create ad. And that's all you have to do, right? Confirm lifetime budget of $50, start and end date of 1 week. All this is completely changeable. Change the image, add a video here as well for the Facebook part. You see that? But the other thing you can do is use a custom audience. So if you've got a custom audience of all the homeowners in your area, you can run an ad to them just like you would to the location. So My Plus Leads, RedX, right? You buy a list of 5,000 homeowners in Folsom that have high equity, likely to move, right? You use filters, so you get a great list of homeowners. You can upload it to Listings to Leads. We will literally send it to Facebook. They're going to do what they're going to do. So we have nothing to do with how the audience is created because Facebook will do that. But you can upload it into Listings to Leads. We will send it to them. They do their little magic. Takes anywhere from 2 to 7 days for them to do their thing. And then once it's done, then you can start using and then running this ad to just those people only. Now, the third thing you can do is when you're using a custom audience like I just did, you can change your daily budget to $2, to $1, to $3. And this would be more of like a branding play. So you're not going to start generating seller leads at $2. That doesn't happen. But if you were to do this for a month, that'd be $60. You could very easily get a couple of great leads from this, because now it's only being seen by these homeowners. And because you're still spending the same amount of money over time, does that make sense? So you can either run it to location, you can retarget, and you can also retarget for a couple of bucks a day and more of a branding, percolating strategy. We've also got Google ads. These tend to be pretty expensive. We got people great feedback. I got some pretty experienced people that do Google ads that have told me that they really like the way we've got this set up. All you have to do, to me, our Google ads are actually more impressive than the Facebook ads as far as how easy they are. So just drop in the location. Everything else is set up. There's nothing you need to do. The only thing I'll say is with Facebook, you can spend $50 for a week. Now you can spend 100. I got people that do 200, 300 a week for ads. I love it. It's awesome. They got that confidence. They got the skills. They got the follow-up. So they're able to pump through a lot more money, a lot more leads because they can handle it. And that's the goal. That's where you want to get to. For Google though, you're spending 20, 30, 40, $50 a day. So a lot more expensive, but it is awesome. So if you are into doing Google, or if you have budget and you want to start getting into Google, take a look at this. Social media post. I've actually got mine set up, or I used to turn on auto posting. So you can actually turn on auto posting and it comes out of the profile is where you set that, where you control it. You can also just post now, right? Completely customize everything you want here. This can go to Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, X, and your Google page. Right. Again, I can edit the image, change the image, all the different socials. And all they do is I'll click through and they just go right to the landing page. Next up is the e-flyer. Awesome little tool. Again, you can send this out through your CRM or through Listings to Leads. Now, you're not going to need to send this really to your leads, to your home value leads already, because if they came in off of this, they're going to get the monthly update automatically. So you don't need to send it to previous leads on this, if that made sense. But what you can do, for example, you can copy code, go to your CRM. So I'll just pretend my email blast here will be your CRM. I'm showing you Listings to Leads, but imagine this is Follow Up Boss or Lofty. This is not going to be my real subject line, but just to show you this one, I want to show you how you can paste in that email so that pretty much whatever CRM or email program you're using. So when you're in this area here where you write the email to people, right, you recognize this right here. This is the editor. Find the source or HTML button up here in this kind of horizontal area. Here, it's two sideways V's facing each other. You just click it and just paste in what we copied from Listings to Leads, and there we go. Now, I like to do one more thing. I like to, and let's see if I can find it. I just go to ChatGPT and I will bring it over here. Here we go. I'll just drop it right here. So ChatGPT, what was the highest price home to sell in Folsom so far in 2025? And the results was, and you can look in your CRM if you wanted to, highest price home to sell was $1.15 million listing. And let's see here. Whatever. It doesn't matter, but you'll know what the listing is. And then I wrote, give me 50 words to send to my homeowner contacts seller leads. And so I'm just going to copy that. Go to my CRM. I'm just going to update that top part, right? I'm just going to, hey, Scott, and let's see what that looks like. Hopefully, there we go. Pretty good. I'll just edit that a little. Now it's annoying how it keeps popping down like that. So sometimes when you copy and paste from another program, it brings in a lot of code, but you see how I did that right there. Okay. So your CRM, take our code, drop it in, and then I would just punch up the intro. Hey, Scott, starting to find watching offers can be frustrating. A Folsom home just sold for 1.15 and yours could be next. Let's talk about a strategy. Don't leave money on the table. And then that line doesn't make any sense with the way I got it above. There we go. Looks good. One last little pop right there. There we go. Awesome. And then I might change this headline to something a little bit more catchy. New record sales price for, in fact, is your home next. And I put for 2025 just in case there might have been like some ridiculous sale in 2018 or 2023, maybe, right, for $10 million just out of the blue. So I don't want to say record sales price forever unless I know that for certain. So that's why I just put, you know what? For 2025 is just as good. That will work just as well. So get the email out to your contacts and then call through. All right, call through some of your contacts. This is the best opportunity for you to call people is after you email them something, especially after you email them something of value. So email them, right? And the nice thing about this email is you can reference the fact that, hey, I just see an email related to home values. There's a record high sales price on Elm Street of a $1.15 million property. There's a 4-bedroom, 3-bath, had a great park-like backyard. But with the way the market is right now, I just wanted to send that to you. Right, a little, why are you calling them? And then right here, there's 3 versions to end the script. Right? I'm putting together a detailed home equity reports together for my clients this week. This will be more detailed and accurate than the ones that are available online, because this will be something that I put together for my VIP clients. And if you're the kind of person that likes to keep track of their home equity, would scott@listingsleads.com be the best email to send that equity report to? There's also version 2. I don't know if you're interested, but I do a free detailed home value estimate that are very precise for my clients and VIPs. I would love to do a report to keep tabs on what your home is doing month over month. So again, there's another version, and there's a version for buyer leads. So please, I would highly recommend that you call through your CRM, right? Call through your database. Call the people that are opening up the emails, call the people that click the links, but just call people, because the more people you talk to, the more opportunities you're going to have to generate great leads, all right, and engage and get those people listed. Postcard, you'll see there's a JPEG and a PDF version. Let me go to 8.5x11. I'm not big. These postcards are fine for me, as long as you're doing it as part of a campaign, and I'm going to show you, but they look phenomenal, right? Look at that. And again, this cover, whatever is on the landing page, and you can also change this wherever you want to, but check this out, right? Now, if any of you want to text that number, so you're going to text 888-264-1910. Again, on your phone, text 888-264-1910, and then enter text ID 182141. So 182141, and it kicks off this really cool text campaign. And then there's a QR code. So again, you can upload this to somewhere like Mailbox Power, customize use a dynamic QR code. And in fact, you know what I would do? Let me show you something real quick. Mailbox Power. I'm going to go to saved projects, create a new project, view details, personalize. And I'm going to say home value, Whitney Oaks. I would actually here's what I would do on that. If this works, let me check this out real quick. I'm going to go upload photos. We're going to upload the PDF we're going to upload the postcard. And did I download it? I thought I downloaded the postcard. Yeah, should be. Let me see. Yeah, downloaded jumbo. Oh, did it come in? Yeah, that should be good. Let's try it out. Upload photo. And that's weird. I'll just use this one as the example. It'll be totally fine. You'll get my point. Because what I want to show you is, don't try to memorize this necessarily. Just understand that you can do it, because whatever postcard company you're with can help you, obviously, or you can go there. But just so you can see, it's not even that hard once you know how to do it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put that postcard that we were looking at the front of the postcard. But what if we put their home? So when they get the postcard, they're looking at their home. So your photo here, check this out. In Mailbox Power, dynamic images, I don't know why they do that thing, but anyways, right here, auto merge street view photo. And then what's even better is you can do again, right? Here's another photo, and I'm going to do a photo of a dynamic QR code, so that every postcard has a QR code that is unique, so that as I am sending this, and again, we're recording this, so you can come back and you can watch this later. And all I'm doing is I just want to make sure, right? I just want to make sure I got exactly, right? Pretty good. And then right here, dynamic QR code over here on the left. I can pop that in, right? Now imagine this is, I'm showing you another postcard, but imagine that being this postcard here, right? So dynamic QR code. It's their image of their home. That would be, that would be pretty good. But now we've also got the version of the nearby homeowner letter here for that landing page. So again, this sits in an editor. Great. Yeah, you can change any of this, right? If you are in your type thing, what oh, what price would you sell your home for? Right. So you can edit this however you want to. The nearby homeowner letter. So that's what I was saying earlier. Is I don't like anything as a one-off. No, the nearby homeowner letter for a pending sold open house listing are some of the best things out there for one-offs that like literally work amazing. For something like this, I would want to use it more inside of a larger campaign, just because you're going to send this out and there's really the context is, yeah, okay, a home value, that's cool. I might, what I did with the email, I might do with the letter for that, right? Where I want to pull it in and make it contextual for them. And so I would reference the high sale of a $1.15 million property, because that's going to get their interest. And then they're going to go, oh, wow, record sale. And again, I said 2025, but they're not going to think that there's, record sale. Yeah, no, what is my home worth? I'd love to, if they're at all interested in selling at some point. So I might take that again, like I said, go to edit. Here we go. So again, I might just bring this text right here and reframe it a little bit so that it's more appropriate for this letter, and then use that letter. If you are, in fact, let me show you this one right here. And then I'm going to try to get a few minutes into this because, I did mention expireds. This is the expired campaign that I built out, and I'm waiting for Mailbox Power to get back to me with a few more points just to make sure that we're good to go. Expired landing page, the expired PDF guide, cash offer. These are all from Listings to Leads, right? 100-point home marketing plan. Then for a pending listing, and then we go back to expired. Now we've included, I think, a few postcards for the PDF guides. We added a few more in here. So that is a campaign, right? A campaign is where every month we're going to be sending out something. And so as long as it's part of a campaign, this would be great. But again, I just don't like those one-offs. We got a circle prospecting script, a GeoFarm script right here. Take a look at it. QR code if you need it. Embed code. Drop this on your website. I love seeing our clients. They take these landing pages, they drop them on their website, so that when you go to your IDX website, you can have these for different neighborhoods. Just like you got the IDX for the different neighborhoods built into your website. Some of you can do a similar thing with these landing pages. So I'm going to tap out of this now at this point. And on the landing page, we got just a few minutes. Before I get to expired, let me show you. To create more of these, click Create Landing Page, add new landing page, and select Property Valuation Plus. Type in the location. If you are subscribed to the text IVR, like I showed you a little bit earlier, create landing page, you'll be off and running just like what we did already, right? Just like the free home values, you'll be able to edit it, customize it, tweak it, all the tools, all the marketing ready to go. But for now, create landing page, let's go to expired. And I am doing a live event next week on expired. So I think that should be published today. Expired listing Folsom. Now you can also do California. Some people, if I show you this right here, check this out. Folsom, expiredsoldfast.com. So some people will do like your home, like someone did your expiredsoldfast.com. You can do Remax Legacy, right? Let's put your brand name in there maybe, right? Scott Pierce selling expiredsoldfast.com. And again, similar to the other landing page, if you go to domains, there's 5 or 6 to choose from, or 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Expired, sold easy, right? All this kind of good stuff right there. But check this out. And the image is editable. Everything is editable on that landing page. And then the Facebook and Google ads. Again, I'd run this to a custom audience. So Facebook lead ad traffic or video view. Video view might be a nice one. Check this out. Video view to a custom audience. So go back and get all those expired for the last 12 months. Upload a video. So this could be a video of you talking about how you help expired homeowners using the Listings to Leads 100-point home marketing plan. Check this out. If I do 100, let's try marketing. Yeah, check this out. Media from L to L video marketing. That's the long version. Here's the short version. Let's just do the short version. Otherwise, the long version's like 5 minutes long. And you can download that and put it on your website too. That'd be a great video. People put it on their social media profiles. There's a vertical version, the portrait version. I got it on Instagram, right? You can edit this. Lifetime budget of $50. But here's what I would do. I would only do this to a custom audience of expireds. So I don't have one here, but right, you get the idea. You can create it and just select it. That should pop in there. So we got video views, lifetime budget. So I might say, let's just do a daily of $2. And let's see why. That'll auto populate. And then like we did before, daily budget of $2. And again, I might take my start and end date and just put that out for a month. And that way for the next 30 days, $2 a day will be spent putting this video in front of expired homeowners. Or it could be, again, it could just be an image, right? You could do traffic going to that landing page. It could be video views going to that lead ad, going to that landing page, whatever. Again, we got Google ads. I don't know if I'd run Google ads to this because you can't really target like you can on Facebook with only hitting expireds. So that would be a little bit, if I had the budget, that might, maybe if I'm watching anything related to my budget, I wouldn't. But I would do a social media post because I want all the homeowners in my area to know that I am the person to go to if somebody else couldn't sell your home. Because I've got a plan around attracting expired homeowners to me. And I've got my 100-point home marketing plan with Listings to Leads, right? We've got, check this out. If you haven't seen this yet, the complete marketing plan to get your expired home sold, prepared for Eric Braden at 7800 Elm Drive in Folsom. So we got the flip books. They're home on every single page. Yeah. So all we need to do is get in front of them. I had a client last week told me he uses RedX, Ricky Caruth, and he calls these people up and he got a hold of somebody and he gave them that flip book for their home and got the listing. Easy. So I would get that post. In fact, I would repost that every single month. Short form video script. You got to do this. All right. You got to do this. Record this script, do that video and get it out there you don't need to use the video in your ad, but that video can be phenomenal on TikTok, on Instagram Reels, Instagram Stories, on Facebook, on YouTube Shorts. And again, that's a video that you can do every 2 to 3 to 4 weeks. This is one of those campaign evergreen content pieces. So you're not going to do it every single week or something like that, like you would when you market a listing or a different PDF guide on a weekly basis. But this is something I would definitely do on a monthly basis for sure. There's an e-flyer. So what we did is similar to the postcards. We set up the e-flyer campaign for a client in Follow Up Boss. So he's bringing in the leads from RedX into Follow Up Boss. And just as postcards, right? There's an email for every postcard. So there's an e-flyer for the expired PDF guide. There's an e-flyer for the iBuyer cash offer. There's also an e-flyer for the 100-point home marketing plan, right? There's an e-flyer for your pending and sold listings, obviously. So what we did is we built the postcard campaign in Mailbox Power, and then we took the emails, copy code, build out the campaign in Follow Up Boss, so that as soon as that expired lead is entered into Follow Up Boss from Redx, which is automated, boom, email campaign. And then, like I said, the last thing I'm working on is that postcard campaign. Because one of the things that we found out with expireds is, and a lot of you may know this, a good percentage of them don't live in the property. So the mailing address and the property address can be different. So anyways, the script for calling them, print flyers. This could be very useful. Check out this print flyer. Let it come up here. The print flyer. Oh my God. This could be something that I drop off to, that I door knock with. So maybe they got the postcard campaign going out. They're on an email as well. But it's so easy. Check this out. Let me just download it. This is something you could easily, quickly print up and just door knock with. Yeah, because the postcard goes out, the email goes out, you call them up and leave a voicemail. There are some of those expireds that you really want. Check that out. Did not sell your Folsom home? You can scan the QR. Look at the URL, right? And I didn't do anything. Folsom.expired sold fat. That is phenomenal, right? Postcards and door hangers. Again, right? Check out I love these postcards. Now, if we're going to go to Mailbox Power, I would use a dynamic image and dynamic QR code. But this image here will default to whatever's on the landing page. But check that out. Folsom.expiredsoldfast.com. Who do you think is going to get that expired listing? Me. Shoot, there's something else. The expired. Oh, yes. When you've got an expired homeowner or expired listing that you want, give me one more minute. I'm just going to show you. You can add that property and create the flip book in the listing presentation module and the landing page by going to add listing manual. And so here we want to prepare a marketing package for that expired home. So in here, you might go to draft to add it, but then when you're ready, go to expired. You got expired name. You get the idea, right? Phone number. The only thing you need to add here is street, city, state, and zip code. There's nothing else you have to add, except on the next page, add one photo. So whether it's Google Street View or what I would do, listen, if you're trying to convince the homeowner that you are a better, harder working agent than their last one, and you're not going to go grab a photo of that home, then are you really the hardest working agent? I don't know. Maybe you're doing something else. But I would want to go get a photo of their home. I wouldn't steal, take, borrow, accidentally use the previous listing agent's photos. Probably get into a lot of trouble with that. So, especially from them, right? Because again, what am I doing differently when I just use the listing agent's photos from before? Or it's a little ironic, right? Oh, you got to listen with me. I'm better. But yet here you are using my previous listing agent's photos. That doesn't make any sense. So go just take a photo. Go take a photo of the property, add it here, because then you are going to increase your chances. Check this out. So once that expired listing is added to your account, just like a listing presentation, just like FSBO, right? Click the property address and let me just, oh, God dang it. That was a landing page, right? But here's that flip book. Isn't that flip book gorgeous? And when they get to this page right here and they scan the QR code and they're literally looking at their home on their phone, boom. So when you're in the edit section for that, download, that's the PDF. That's the flip book, right? That's the flip book that we were just looking at right there. Notice it's got his name on it, the address, and then there's also a landing page. So this way, if you want to send it to the seller, they click, and then that way when they logged in to take a look at, and this will download the PDF, and the PDF is this one right here. Download listing presentation. Everybody good to go? How do you set this up to send your Isabel? Are you good? I think you should be good to go on that one because it's just automatic, right? So Isabel, if you're still here, let me see real quickly. Yeah, great. So landing pages, because it's good to confirm it for sure. Go to edit, and then we're looking for follow-up. Well, I might have, anyways, advanced options. There might have been a quicker way to getting here, but follow-up right here. So right here it says follow-up, and just make sure this is on. Send follow-up email first week of every month. Boom, bada bing, you're good to go. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us. Get into the mastermind group. Let us know how we can help you. We'll talk to you soon.